Hello, it is 11:41. Let's get started with our day. You're going to need your notebooks and you're going to need your planner. Hey, Nai, how are you? Oh, did you guys see the waves on like your social media? How big they were, 50-foot waves at Jaws. You guys see that? Anybody have aspirations to surf those giant waves? No, no, me neither. I like living. I don't know. That looks spooky. Maybe Nella girl does. You want to charge those 50-foot waves? No. I got cracks in Hapuna one time. I was like, and that was like when I was like maybe 12. Nope, not me. All right. So let's go ahead and get started with our day. Mahalo for showing up. We are in a really good place right now. Hopefully you guys feel that way. And if not, then let's fix it today. So let's go ahead and get into our Canvas. I'm going to walk you guys through some things, and I'm going to also make sure that we're all on the same page for reals. So today what we have here is we have, hang on, I have to sign into Canvas for some reason. Okay. All righty. Okay, so we are on module, should be on module 3.3. Okay, so let's just go ahead. I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and as you guys go ahead and grab your planners first. You need your planners first. Okay, look at all my students. Last week, this lady at KT, the cashier, was like, how is it teaching online? I was like, good. I brag about you guys all the time. I brag to the cashier at KTA. Anybody ask me how the kids are doing, I'm like, they're doing great. I had a former student ask me how you guys is doing. I was like, they're doing great. They're tough kids. All right. First and foremost, just a friendly reminder about IXL being due during cohort B. Write it big if you need to for tomorrow. Okay, because IXL needs to be done during cohort B. You can do it tonight too. You can do it after we're done today, but it needs to be done at the end of cohort B. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just look to see if on that day you did 2 recommended skills and you answered a number of questions. So if you look, there's a range of time that it should take. That's why I got the average time of 30 minutes. So I think you guys know it depends really on the lesson. Yeah, it could be 20 minutes and it could be 40 minutes. It also depends on how well you're answering the questions. Am I right? Yeah. Okay, so I don't know. I think you get that out of the way, and hopefully I start dismantling your professional skills of procrastination, right? So we stop turning things in in the 11th hour. Okay, we good on that? Yes. Okay, write that. Did you write it down real big? IXL with a big heart around it. You know, I just, okay. Thank you, Nella girl. All right. So we got this updated timeline, but for some reason, it's not really working that great. So hang on. Oh, I have multiple screens. Wonderful. I'm gonna fix my share here. And where's it? Okay. Oh, not people. Oh gosh, I'm just clicking all kinds of random buttons now. Okay, sorry about that. So, not that. Nope, not that. This one. Okay, so I updated the timeline. Okay, so if you guys look, we are, oh my gosh, how come it didn't change? So irritating. Draft writing, right? So last week we had to complete the outline. 20 points for that. I'll be looking at that as you guys work today. This week, you're just writing the draft. So this is actually pretty cool. You're just gonna copy and paste your outline onto a new doc. Okay, so raise your hand. Who is in charge of writing the proposal? Okay, you guys all should have signed up. Very good. So you guys can start with new doc today, copy and paste the outline, and then adjust the shared settings so that we can all either work on it or at least for me, comment on it, right? So share that with your friends. Okay, next. That's about it for this. I'm gonna move on back to Canvas. Okay. Where's my next button? Okay, so now you need your notebooks. You guys ready? We're gonna do Becca's favorite pastime, which is called Netflixing, but we're gonna Netflix in an educated way, educational way. I mean, Netflix is super informative, I must agree. Okay, but we're gonna watch 2 videos this afternoon. Okay, so the first one we're gonna watch, okay, so go ahead at the very top of your a new clean sheet of paper, write down How to Get What You Want by Camille Langston. So what am I gonna show you guys today? I'm gonna show you guys how to get what you want without having to throw a fit. You're actually going to use your brains and you're going to be able to use your words to get what you want. Now, who wouldn't want that? And I'm giving this away for free, by the way. I'm giving you guys all kinds of secrets today for free. Okay, and then go ahead and write down 3 persuasive speeches. I'm going to teach you guys 6 different terms. All right, so the first 3 deal with persuasive types of speeches. First one is called forensic. Next one is called epidectic. Should I say that 3 times? And then the last one is called deliberative. These are all types of rhetoric. Okay, so spread them out now on your notebook page. If you guys want to just write the terms and then make like a mind map, you guys go ahead and do that. But I need you guys to write. Can? In your notebook. Ahi, how you doing? I see you're at Kula.
Sorry, I had to leave to talk to Kumalavu.
What?
Oh, I had to leave real quick to talk to Kumalavu.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I had Kupuna hour in my earphones. I couldn't hear you. All right. And then we have these 3 persuasive appeals as created by Aristotle, you know, that old ancient philosopher. So we have ethos, logos, and pathos. Bugon-san, smart today. Okay, so what we have here is we have these terms that you're going to be incorporating into your discourse today, meaning your communications with each other. Can? Today's a wonderful day. All right, you guys ready? No, yes, no. Who plays basketball in this class? Anybody? Okay, Damien. Who else? Anybody? Oh, Diesel, you play basketball. What are you, a point guard? Forward. Yeah. Well, your name was Diesel, so must be down low. You bang people in the blocks. Well, I don't even know if you guys know this, but I come from a basketball family. Like my twin and I used to play a lot of basketball. My twin has a daughter. Her name is Elsa before the movie, right? Remember? Told you guys. I told her, I was like, tomorrow we're going to go shoot baskets because the day before that, sister shot 7 baskets and started throwing a fit because she couldn't make all the baskets. Like she just kept missing air ball, air ball, air ball, air ball. She wasn't even reaching a basket. It was crazy. So I took her. She didn't want to go. I said, okay, you can just make 5 baskets and we can go home. She said, okay. She ended up hitting her first 5. And then I said, oh. She goes, oh, I'm ready to go home now. I did 5. I was like, oh, well, it was just your birthday yesterday. So why don't we shoot 5 more so that your mama can be proud of you? And you can say, Mom, I shot these extra 5 baskets for you for putting on an awesome birthday party. So she shot her next 5 and it went by quick. Right? And I was like, oh, what about 5 more? She shot them. It was like boom, boom, boom. And then she started like understanding how to push from her feet all the way up from her legs and then, you know, to follow through with the shot. She's 9, by the way. She's not like, you know, your guys' age. And then she got to 20. And I said, okay, let's go home. Right on. Good job. She goes, oh, wait, Auntie. 1 for good luck. So 21 baskets, we walked away. What am I trying to tell you guys? I'm going to be here to catch all your air balls, okay, and your missed shots. And we're going to make sure that you get her done. Okay, so anyway, side note on that, here we go. We're going to get started with this quick video. Wait, is somebody in here? Who's this? Who's chatting? Keep pushing yourselves. Yes, I'm going to push you. I'm not going to push you off the cliff though. Okay, I'm going to push you up the stairs. Okay, Camille. Okay, you guys ready? What is that?
All you need to launch a cult skate brand.
No. Okay. Can you hear it? Okay. All right, here we go. We're having Kupuna Hour in the TED Radio Hour. Oh my gosh, of course it's not working. Hello. Hello. Okay, cross your fingers. Okay, hang on. This thing is stuck. Having technical difficulties. Oops. Hanaho. Come on, Camille.
How do you get what you want using just your words? Aristotle set out to answer exactly that question over 2,000 years ago with a treatise on rhetoric. Rhetoric, according to Aristotle, is the art of seeing the available means of persuasion. And today we apply it to any form of communication. Aristotle focused on oration, though, and he described 3 types of persuasive speech. Forensic or judicial rhetoric establishes facts and judgments about the past, similar to detectives at a crime scene. Epidictic or demonstrative rhetoric makes a proclamation about the present situation, as in wedding speeches. But the way to accomplish change is through deliberative rhetoric, or symboleticon. Rather than the past or the present, deliberative rhetoric focuses on the future. It's the rhetoric of politicians debating a new law by imagining what effect it might have. Like when Ronald Reagan warned that the introduction of Medicare would lead to a socialist future spent telling our children and our children's children what it once was like in America when men were free. But it's also the rhetoric of activists urging change, such as Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream that his children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. In both cases, the speakers present their audience with a possible future and try to enlist their help in avoiding or achieving it. But what makes for good deliberative rhetoric besides the future tense? According to Aristotle, there are 3 persuasive appeals.
Okay, I'm going to stop right here so we can break this up a little bit. So there's 3 terms, right, that we just went over. The first one is forensic. So real big next to the word forensic, let's write the word facts, right? Facts and statistics, right? It's used basically in a court of law, right? Just the facts, ma'am, just the facts. Okay, next, the epidictic is demonstrative speeches, in meaning it talks about what's happening now in the present tense, right? So the iconic example would be a wedding speech, right? When like the best man has to go up and talk about his best friend getting married to the woman of his dreams, right? And today we are gathered here, right, at the start of this couple's blah, 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 right? So that is epidictic. The last one, though, is where I'm having you guys focus on today, right? And that is the deliberative rhetoric, right? That focuses on the future, right? Not past tense, what happened before, the future. Okay, so you might want to focus on the if then statements, like if this, then we can move forward because of that, right? That would be called a conditional statement, right? If this happens, then I can have that happen. It is the rhetoric of politicians when they're debating new laws into the books, right? And it is quite interesting because it focuses on what is possible in the future. So as you guys know, in your introduction, you're going to really focus on that deliberative rhetoric, right? What is possible here? What is our mission, right? If we do this, then this can happen. Okay, everybody good on that? Okay, so now we're going to get to ethos, logos, and pathos. Okay. Before we continue, go ahead and draw a big mouth. Lettuce. Okay, do you see mine right there? Okay, so that you know we're talking about the approaches of oration or oratory. See that? Okay. How's your drawings? They belong in museums or what? We ready? We'll move on.
Ethos, logos, and pathos. Ethos is how you convince an audience of your credibility. Winston Churchill began his 1941 address to the US Congress by declaring, "I have been in full harmony all my life with the tides which have flowed on both sides of the Atlantic against privilege and monopoly," thus highlighting his virtue as someone committed to democracy. Much earlier, in his defense of the poet Archias, Roman consul Cicero appealed to his own practical wisdom and expertise as a politician. Drawn from my study of the liberal sciences and from that careful training to which I admit that at no part of my life I have ever been disinclined. And finally, you can demonstrate disinterest, or that you're not motivated by personal gain. Logos is the use of logic and reason. This method can employ rhetorical devices such as analogies, examples, and citations of research or statistics. But it's not just facts and figures. It's also the structure and content of the speech itself. The point is to use factual knowledge to convince the audience, as in Sojourner Truth's argument for women's rights. "I have as much muscle as any man, and can do as much work as any man. I have plowed and reaped and husked and chopped and mowed, and can any man do more than that?" Unfortunately, speakers can also manipulate people with false information that the audience thinks is true, such as the debunked but still widely believed claim that vaccines cause autism. And finally, pathos appeals to emotion, and in our age of mass media, it's often the most effective mode. Pathos is neither inherently good nor bad, but it may be irrational and unpredictable. It can just as easily rally people for peace as incite them to war. Most advertising, from beauty products that promise to relieve our physical insecurities to cars that make us feel powerful, relies on pathos. Aristotle's rhetorical appeals still remain powerful tools today. But deciding which of them to use is a matter of knowing your audience and purpose, as well as the right place and time. And perhaps just as important is being able to notice when these same methods of persuasion are being used on you.
Okay, so go ahead and finish up your notes by saying it's important to know when these appeals are being used on you. So not only am I going over how do you appeal to someone's logic, their senses, and their emotions, right? I'm not only teaching you that, I'm teaching you guys that, hey, this is a crazy way to be manipulated by other people. So you gotta know, right? So let's go back. Ethos, right? You're convincing the audience that you have this credibility, right? Been there, done that, I know, listen, right? Been there, done that, I know, so you just listen and do, right? What's really interesting about ethos is that you can also say, I don't have any skin in the game, and meaning I don't care. I'm doing this because I like to help people out. Does that make sense? Have you ever heard an argument like that? I'm doing this pro bono, meaning I'm not doing this for any charge. It's free. I'm not making any money off of this. So just know I'm doing this out of pure intentions. Can that be a lie? Yeah, easily. You could say you're not charging, but you're doing it because you're using it as leverage, right? There's a difference, right? No matter how much your intentions are good, there's always in the back of your mind of, okay, I do this for you. Now I'm going to ask you later on to do something for me. That's just how it goes. You guys understand how that works? Right? Oh yeah, easy. Your moms and dads, right? I bought you those shoes, right? Cannot even take out the trash, do the dishes, and you're like, oh man, I should have just done my chores. Okay. All right, and then the second one is logos, right? So logos is real similar to forensic, right? As it uses logic or reason or even just straight up factual knowledge to convince someone. Okay. Last one, but not least, I want you to write real big next to pathos, FOMO. Okay, why? Because FOMO is really a ridiculous thing, and you guys know it, correct? Right? You feel like you're only part of a whole because you didn't get to, I don't know, get the newest iPhone. I don't know, what is it? Tell me something that you're like, oh, it was stupid, but I really wanted this. Do you have anything that you guys really like? Shoes? I don't know. Right? I'll tell you one thing that is really stupid. You guys want to hear? I don't know. I want an iPhone 12 mini. Not because of the fear of missing out. I think it's cute. And I have hobbit hands. They're really small. And so I think my hands would be a lot happier with the smaller phone. Isn't that the dumbest thing you've ever heard? And of course, I had to run that by my sisters because my sisters is like my tribunal. Like they will tell me straight. So I told my sister, I go, I really want to get the iPhone 12 mini. She goes, why? You know, the 11 and the 12 is basically the same. It's just one is smaller. And I was like, oh. So then I was like, okay, well, I'll get the next one up. And then she was like, yeah, I usually like wait 2 phones up because, you know, there's really no change. You guys know that, yeah? There's really like minor changes, maybe a color change or something. And then I was like, yeah, but so this is going back to pathos, right? Yeah, but who wants the iPhone 13? Seems bad, right? Who wants a 13? I don't know. Why would I want to bring that into my life, right? It's just completely ridiculous thinking, right? There's no thinking, actually. It's just irrational. So then I gotta wait for the 14 to come out. And then I'm like, well, I hope that, you know, they have a mini still. Because you know how they're always changing. That's my stupid example and I'm sticking to it. All right, so everybody good on those 6 terms? I want you to use those terms today as you guys are creating your proposals, draft proposal. Okay, next one. You guys ready? We're moving on to the next Netflix episode because Becca loves Netflix. All right, so, oh, before I move on, can you guys draw a chair in your notes? Go ahead and draw a chair. It doesn't have to be fancy. It can be a stool if you guys want. Okay, so, and then write down the concept of the empty chair. Okay, so as you guys are writing today, I need you guys to like get into your genuine, authentic selves. The big why. Why are you hopefully presenting your pitch of your grassroots partnership project to a council of Kupuna, right? You don't just walk in and say, oh, can I just do this because it just seems good for the community. There needs to be a why behind it, because if you can't talk about the why and what you're committed to, then there's really, people will see right through. Okay, so when you look at this, if you imagine walking in to the council of Mokuokeawe, which is like comprised of kupuna, and if you do it right, the elders in the community will say, you know what, can. Okay, so picture being around a boardroom table, big one, right? And there's an empty chair. This empty chair, go ahead and write that down, represents or symbolizes the whole community, the people that have not had a chance to voice their needs. You are representing them, right? So imagine that there is an empty chair in the boardroom, right? You're speaking for them, okay? You're speaking for them. Has anyone ever spoke in front of their entire school for like student? You have, Ahi? How was that? Was that okay or was it nerve-wracking?
Terrifying. Best experience in my life. I'm not going to do it again.
Right. I mean, the fear of public speaking can be a tremendous emotion. Maybe even emotional scar, sounds like for Ahi. Yeah. when I signed up to be a teacher, I didn't, like my first day of teaching, I didn't realize that I had to like stand up in front of everybody and teach. I remember it. I remember my first day of teaching. I had to tell myself, okay, get out from under, not under your desk, behind your desk. I wasn't hiding underneath the desk. And go and talk to the kids. I mean, it's just a really weird feeling. Like I don't ever do that in my personal life. Like I don't go up in front of people. But then, I don't know, I moved to Kamehameha Schools, and then I had to speak in front of the whole ninth grade class. And in normal years, if we were to be in class, in school, I would be speaking to the entire ninth grade class because I'm in charge of the ninth grade Kauhale. Okay. And I remember the first time I had to do it, I was like, what am I doing up here? Oh my gosh. I had the microphone. Ahi, did you have the microphone? So uncomfortable. Have you ever heard your voice on the speakers? Horrible. Let alone Zoom. I mean, you got to know your why, because if not, you're going to have a horrendous experience, right? It brings courage to the forefront, right? I knew I had to present, and I will probably still have to continue to present in front of a whole room full of parents and students, because I want my freshman academy to feel supported. Does that make sense? Like, know your why, okay? Know that you being scared of speaking in front of people is minor compared to the impact you're going to have on your entire community. Okay, so you guys got that? You got that framed up in your head? Okay, all right. So we're going to move on. Okay, next one. The use of a metaphor. So go ahead, next page, go ahead and write down the art of a metaphor. Okay, go ahead and write that down. And as you're writing this down, what I want you guys to do is draw two pictures. One is going to be an umbrella. You can have a little person holding the umbrella, that's fine. Okay, and then the other one is going to be a door with a doorknob. Like, see my museum quality artwork. There. Okay. So an umbrella and a door. Okay, let me see your drawings. The crazier, the better. Show me, show me, show me, show me. Oh, so small, Nai. Do you have a window in your door? Do you have a window? Put a window in your door. I don't know. Do you have a, make sure you have a doorknob, and then on the opposite side, do you know what hinges are? That's how you take off the door from the door frame, or hinges. Okay. All right. Here we go. Please work. So you're going to hear a lot of metaphors. This is going to help you to get in that frame of reference to metaphor. Hi, Kalukalani, you good? You good? Okay.
When we talk, sometimes we say things directly. I'm going to the store. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Other times, though, we talk in a way that conjures up a small scene. It's raining cats and dogs out, we say, or I was waiting for the other shoe to drop. Metaphors are a way to talk about one thing by describing something else. That may seem roundabout, but it's not. Seeing and hearing and tasting are how we know anything first. The philosopher William James described the world of newborn infants as a buzzing and blooming confusion. Abstract ideas are pale things compared to those first bees and blossoms. Metaphors think with the imagination and the senses. The hot chili peppers in them explode in the mouth and the mind. They're also precise. We don't really stop to think about a raindrop the size of an actual cat or dog, but as soon as I do, I realize that I'm quite certain the dog has to be a small one, a Cocker Spaniel or a Dachshund, and not a Golden Lab or Newfoundland. I think a beagle might be about right. A metaphor isn't true or untrue in any ordinary sense. Metaphors are art, not science, but they can still feel right or wrong. A metaphor that isn't good leaves you confused. You know what it means to feel like a square wheel, but not what it's like to be tired as a whale. There's a paradox to metaphors. They almost always say things that aren't true. If you say, there's an elephant in the room, there isn't an actual one looking for the peanut dish on the table. Metaphors get under your skin by ghosting right past the logical mind. Plus, we're used to thinking in images. Every night we dream impossible things, and when we wake up, that way of thinking's still in us. We take off our dream shoes and button ourselves into our lives. Some metaphors include the words like or as, sweet as honey, strong as a tree. Those are called similes. A simile is a metaphor that admits it's making a comparison. Similes tend to make you think. Metaphors let you feel things directly. Take Shakespeare's famous metaphor, all the world's a stage. The world is like a stage, just seems thinner and more boring. Metaphors can also live in verbs. Emily Dickinson begins a poem, I saw no way, the heavens were stitched. And we know instantly what it would feel like if the sky were a fabric sewn shut. They can live in adjectives too. Still waters run deep, we say of someone quiet and thoughtful, and the deep matters as much as the stillness and the water do. One of the clearest places to find good metaphors is in poems. Take this haiku by the 18th century Japanese poet Issa. On a branch floating down river, a cricket singing. The first way to meet a metaphor is just to see the world through its eyes. An insect sings from a branch passing by in the middle of the river. Even as you see that, though, some part of you recognizes in the image a small portrait of what it's like to live in this world of change and time. Our human fate is to vanish, as surely as that small cricket will, and still we do what it does. We live, we sing. Sometimes a poem takes a metaphor and extends it, building on one idea in many ways. Here's the beginning of Langston Hughes's famous poem, Mother to Son. Well, son, I'll tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It's had tacks in it, and splinters, and boards torn up, and places with no carpet on the floor. Langston Hughes is making a metaphor that compares a hard life to a wrecked house you still have to live in. Those splinters and tacks feel real. They hurt your own feet and your own heart. But the mother is describing her life here, not her actual house. And hunger and cold, exhausting work and poverty are what's also inside those splinters. Metaphors aren't always about our human lives and feelings. The Chicago poet Carl Sandburg wrote, "The fog comes on little cat feet. It sits looking over harbor and city on silent haunches, and then moves on." The comparison here is simple. Fog is being described as a cat. But a good metaphor isn't a puzzle or a way to convey hidden meanings. It's a way to let you feel and know something differently. No one who's heard this poem forgets it. You see fog, and there's a small gray cat nearby. Metaphors give words a way to go beyond their own meaning. They're handles on the door of what we can know and of what we can imagine. Each door leads to some new house and some new world that only that one handle can open. What's amazing is this. By making a handle, you can make a world.
Go ahead. In the little door that you drew, right? We can go ahead and add that note. By making a handle.
By making a handle, you can make a world.
You can make a world. So, what does the door handle symbolize? Represent? Let's go with Maddie.
Chance.
Oh, who said that? Oh, Ahi, go ahead.
Is there like a chance or like your shot at facing it?
Okay, can be, totally. What else? Anybody else? That's good, right? Like an opportunity. What else? The door handle. You need a door handle to be able to what? You ever been to a door that doesn't have a handle and you're like, okay, now what? Right? Those are usually like those one-way doors. Like if you ever been to like King Cam Hotel. No? You've ever seen those doors without a door handle on one side? One side, there's no door handle because you can only open it from your side. It's very interesting. From the other side, it's very interesting. Okay, so you need a door handle in order to make things happen, right? For things to be possible. What are some other phrases you heard from this video? Anela, what did you hear? What did you write down? So go ahead and look at your notes. Okay, Tasia, what about you? What did you hear?
I heard I can't see the heavens were stitched shut.
Yeah. The heavens were stitched shut, right? And she couldn't find a way out. Oh, that's some really good writing. Anybody else captured something? Becca, what about you, girl?
That still waters run deep.
Gosh, I always wondered what that meant. Yeah. Oh. Doesn't look like much is happening, but underneath there's a lot going on. Yeah. Okay. Kayla, what about you?
The crystal stairs one.
The crystal stairs. Yikes. That one's, I don't know, it kind of hit hard, you know, the tacks in the staircase, right? Every step it took. Okay, very good. So what we're going to do for the next couple minutes, 3 minutes we'll take, okay, is this. We're going to just exercise our own brains. Okay, so get into your use of a metaphor. You're going to be selecting one of these four. Okay. One of these four pictures, and you can go ahead and explain one of these metaphors. Okay, you guys good? Understand what to do? Yeah, putting yourself out there. Good night. Okay, so let's go ahead and in this discussion board, choose one of the four pictures, or if you want to combine them, by all means, go ahead and explain the metaphor of the stairs that we cannot see. Use the details in the picture to help you explain the metaphor. Crayons. Add in your own personal connections to the crayons. What is that like growing up with crayons? Every year, would you get a new one? A new pack of crayons? Yeah. And what about those kids that got the big packs of crayons? It's a little bit of jealousy. I know for me, I was like, I want the one with the sharpener in the back. Never got that one. My mom said it was unnecessary because my mom is a practical person. I got the one with 24 solid. You too, Ahi. Yeah, I got you. Okay, so go ahead and find one of those. Explain one of those metaphors and we'll talk about it in just a bit. Okay. Go ahead, Kikama. Makamai, that's fine. Okay, just make sure you're doing your work. Okay, go ahead and look at the details of the picture, because even though you see this big picture, what are the details that can get you to a deeper metaphor? Nai, I wrote back to you in the chat. Okay, we're gonna be done in about 1 more minute, so go ahead and finish your explanation of one of the 4 pictures, please. Okay, let's get going here. Oh. Oh. Okay, let's start with Diesel. Let's have everybody's cameras come back on. Thank you. Okay, go ahead. Diesel, I love this. No one said anything like this. So can you please explain your metaphor of friends are like crayons?
So friends come and go, and like but some stay. So when you try to get rid of crayons, you don't always like get them all.
No.
So they represent the friends that stay. And when you get new crayons, it represents your new friends that you meet along your journey.
I love that. Anybody else want to talk about the box of crayons or the jar of crayons? Okay, so let's dive deeper into the crayon, the jar of crayons. I think that's an excellent example and connection. So how do we dive deeper? Okay, so we all have experiences with crayons. Raise your hand if you ever used a crayon and you're like, what? That wasn't the color I expected, right? Like you grabbed it and you're like, yeah, I'm going. And then you're like, oh my gosh, my ocean is black. Or, oh, that's purple. Darn it, you know. Or you grab one of the green crayons and it's like not light enough. Like not like substantial enough, right? And so what do you have to do? You have to grab another green and then color over it, right? So you can use that sort of like betrayal almost, right? As an example of the crayon not being what it looks like on the outside. Another connection to that would be, How many of you guys ever used a crayon and just before you go and you like start coloring, the crayon tip falls out of the paper? Okay, so let's connect that to people being broken on the inside and us not having any clue that what people are dealing with on the inside. Have we all experienced that? Absolutely. And you think, oh my gosh, one jar of crayons, that's ridiculous. What can I get out of that, right? You can get a lot out of that, right? Each color can represent an emotion, a person in your life, right? And they all belong to the same jar. Okay. Anybody else want to add to the bottle of crayons? Okay. Let's go to Kalukalani. Let's talk about waves. We got a couple. We got a surfer in here. We got a couple kids that paddle canoe. Kalukalani, go ahead and explain your metaphor with the wave.
Okay, so I said that life was as clear as the water that formed the wave, because in the picture, like the water is like really clear and it's not like murky like if you're at like a really sandy beach.
Okay, and what is this wave representing?
Like a point in time where like everything makes sense.
Oh, I love that. I would have never connected that, but I mean, that's beautiful. Like you've seen Bayfront, right? At the lighthouse, right? Kaipalawa, it's called. That's the Hawaiian name for the lighthouse at Bayfront. Those waves sometimes look like chocolate milk. This wave looks clean, right? Very good. Who knows if you're going to catch cracks, but I mean, it's a catchable wave, definitely. Okay. Let's look at another one. Thank you. Did anybody, let's look. Okay, Emily, I believe you chose the stairs. Go ahead and talk story about the stairs.
Well, the stairs is like a closed-in area, and it's just you and one person that you trust is the rail.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. And can you, and let's talk about what we don't see in the picture. I mean, it's an incredible picture because you got to work your way up the stairs to see what's beyond, right? What is it, right? And when we're looking at these stairs, what does each step represent? Right? What does each step represent?
Like a challenge.
Oh, that was not said before. Yes, each step could be a challenge. Each step could be a stage in your life, right? Each step could be a year, right? So you see, sometimes when you step, like the first step might be solid, right? Have you ever stepped on a sketchy stair? Yeah, a sketchy step, and it goes crick, 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 and you're like, ooh, I shouldn't have eaten that aramusubi. Nah. That one right there, that's 2020, right? That's 2020, that step over there. We gotta skip over that step. Nah, I don't think so. I think 2020 was okay. It taught us a lot of lessons. How to handle, how to adjust, how to be there for people, how to understand what matters the most. Yeah, we gotta look at it a different way. All right, anybody wanna talk about the desert? Okay, Ahi, go ahead.
I chose the desert because it was like trying to symbolize. Like in the book for what's it called, The Glass Castle, when they stopped at the side and saw the frozen tree. I kind of compared it to that, saying that even in the most harshest places, you can find beautiful things.
I quit already. That's awesome. I went home. I mean, I'm at home already. Never mind. That is great. Right? That dead tree, what could it represent? Yeah, a broken promise. Right? Something that once was. Right? What about the pools you see in the background? You ever tried to climb a sand hill? The burn in your legs, the burn in your lungs. Eventually, though, if you don't stop and you keep pushing, you'll get to the top, right? Okay, Maddie, you want to add anything today? You want to drop some wisdom on us, Maddie? Maddie, does your microphone work? No, it's not. Oh, boo-hoo. Niao, what about you, brother man? Which picture did you choose?
I chose the wave.
Okay, tell us.
Yeah. So basically, I just said the wave looks beautiful and magical, but it's actually dangerous and very powerful.
Yes. But if you know how to ride that thing, whew. Okay. Very cool. I like that. It's like it's pretty, but it's dangerous. So many ways you can go with that. Okay, awesome. Hopefully you guys all contributed to the discussion board. You don't have to like answer or repeat or respond to anybody. That was just an exercise to get you in the frame of metaphoric thinking. Can, yeah? Okay, let's all go into our announcements. Let's go into our announcements. Let's go into our announcements and find grouping for period 1. Period 1 grouping document and reminders. Okay, and then go ahead and click on the link. So what we have here is our grouping document. Okay, hopefully we've all added the names of your, ooh, we gotta go back and add the names of our group. Hopefully we have found a more meaningful name than the Hamas. Okay, if that's your metaphor, hopefully you can incorporate it into your introduction. If you would like to find a different name, great. Like Papa Vai. Pretty. Okay. Emily, you don't have access? How come?
Neither do I. It says I need access.
Ridiculous. Let me change it. Okay, now. How's that? Okay, awesome. No wonder. Okay, now go ahead and fill in your names. Okay. Who is from your each of your groups, who is responsible for the writing of the draft proposal? Go ahead and raise your hands. Okay, if you raise your hand, go ahead and open a new document, Google Doc, okay, and then share your settings with your group members, okay, and then I want you to go ahead and do the hyperlink so that I have access to it as well. Can? Okay, it should look like, oh, I'm not sharing my screen, never mind. It should look like the rest of your links that you guys made for the hyperlinks for the planning doc and the presentation slides. So as they're doing that, the rest of you guys go ahead and click on your planning document. Okay, some of you guys might not earn your 20 out of 20 points. Some of you guys will. It just depends if you finished your mission, your goal setting, and your outline for your proposal. Today's goal is that you get through the majority of your draft. I don't know how you guys want to do this. If you guys want to break up the proposal paragraphs and have Kuliana to write each paragraph, okay? But I would break it up, right? Divide and conquer. If you guys, and you guys should be using credible sources of information, I would suggest also creating the works cited page. Some of you guys are doing something that's completely different from what you started with in second semester. So you're going to have a completely different works cited page. Okay, everybody clear? Okay, so start building that. Raise your hand if you are the artiste that is working on the emblem in your group. Okay, very good. So while they're working on the proposal, right, you are contributing to the proposal, right? You're helping, but you're also drawing at the same time, knowing that you have your mission, you connected your projects to a Hawaiian god or a Hawaiian figure from the past, right? If you don't have those, go back into the into Canvas and the module from last week and look at the Jamboard module, and then scroll all the way down. There's a list of people. Okay. All righty. How's it going? Do I have everybody finishing adding in their you guys, where is your hyperlinks? Did you hyperlink? Okay. Did anybody hyperlink yet? Kayla, did you hyperlink? Add the hyperlink?
I'm working on it.
Okay. Who else is doing it? Okay, because what you're going to do is just copy and paste the outline onto this document. Yeah. Don't forget to set up your draft proposals in MLA format. So I need to see a header, heading, and title. Okay. I'm going to send you guys into your breakout rooms so that you guys can talk freely amongst yourselves. Any questions before we leave? Okay. I'll be jumping into you guys' rooms, okay? Work hard. So can you guys get to week 2 in your planning document? I think you guys missed the mark for goals of the grassroots partnership project. So like if you guys are part of this organization, what would the goals of your organization be? So not the evidence of the mission, but like to malama aina, right? Does that make sense? And then you can explain it on the other side.
Okay.
Okay, that's all right. We just adjust it. Okay, so, oh no, what happened with your outline? Is it someplace else?
Oh, do I paste it into that? Like I delete all of that and then paste it in there?
Like, do you have the outline somewhere?
Yeah, I've done another Google Doc.
Oh, just link it then to the project outline. So then I can, no wonder I was like, where's your guys' stuff? Like,
Oh.
Not this group. No, no, no. Okay. Neil, what you working on?
I was working on the planning doc.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so when I can see the outline because I'm giving you guys points for this week. Okay, and then who's working on the emblem for your group? Okay, so you can kind of start sketching some things out, yeah. And then Neil, you're gonna be working on the presentation.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where you're kind of at a standstill. So you might want to just work with Kayla to just make sure that you guys are good to go with that, just because you cannot create the presentation without the project proposal, okay? Alrighty, very good. Kayla, did you put the?
It's taking a long time to give the option to link it. Like I can share.
Oh, could you just drop it into the chat then maybe?
Okay.
Yeah, that would be fine. Oh, I see. I got it. Thank you. Never mind. Oh no, what did you say? Who did you interview? Oh no, you just resolved a comment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, now I need access. Sorry to be so difficult. Got it. Ew. Okay, so where is your outline?
Oh, did I just give you a link for the proposal?
Yeah.
Oh, I did the outline on the on a Word doc because when I copied and pasted it, like for it to have the
Yeah.
to, like, delete and then fill in,
Mhm.
it wasn't letting me do it on the on a
Oh.
Google Doc because the font, I didn't have the font.
Oh, okay. All right, so I need to see that because if not, then you guys are gonna be missing some points, okay? And then I don't know if you guys want to just break it up and just have specific people. I don't know what you guys, how you guys want to organize yourself so you guys can, but it's up to you. I don't want to tell you guys what to do, so.
I'll just put it in a different font and then I'll just copy and paste it back.
Okay, that's fine. Because this is just a draft, so it can look ugly too. It doesn't have to look nice.
We.
No worry, no worry. So Niao, you can probably start like pulling pictures, yeah, based off what you guys are doing. Okay. Are you just going to copy and paste it into your proposal?
Yes.
Okay, all right, that's where I'm gonna look. So I'm gonna go to a different class and then I'll just look on your thing, okay, on your document. Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
Good.
You doing okay, Becca? Is that like a yes, but not really? Or is that like a yes and yes?
Yes, not really.
Oh no, why? Let's fix it.
Because I don't know what doc you were talking about to add the hyperlink.
Where Damien?
Oh, I don't know. He
What?
just left.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I might have to go back into the main room to get him back. Rounding the chickens. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna help you. All you gotta do is ask. I will help you. Okay, so in the chat, I gave you the link.
His computer died.
Oh, oh, good. He texted you. Okay, so in the chat, I gave you the link. Okay, and then you see right by your name. Where is it? You see under planning doc. So you see period 1 grouping, and then you guys are group number 2. So what's your guys' name? You gotta put it in there, unless you gotta revise that one. Okay, and then you see the final. Oh, no. Just for the final proposal, you're going, so did you create the Google Doc already? Okay, just link it to this final proposal because we'll just work on this doc from now on. Okay. All right, what else? What else you guys need help with? I could see you getting all frazzled dazzle. I was like, I better go see what's going on with Becca. Okay, what else? Ahi, where is your interview? Do you have your interview done?
No.
Oh, okay. Gotta go back and do that, okay?
Okay.
All right, goals, team up with a well-known CAD. Awesome. Look at your guys' goals. Love it. Okay, cool. Oh, what happened with your outline, you guys?
Was the presentation the outline?
No, the outline. So underneath the and under work week 2, and
Yeah.
week 2, if you look, the proposal is there's a timeline, and then underneath the proposal it says length 1 to 2 pages, blah blah blah, and then the proposal outlines underneath there.
Oh.
You guys do it someplace else?
Yeah, we did it in the
Okay.
the template.
And this is why I meet with my students, because you never know what's going on here. Oh, wow. What the heck? Who did all this work? All of you guys?
The template?
Yeah, all this information.
No, that was me and Damien.
Okay. And Ahi, what you doing then?
The artist.
Huh?
I see the
Emblem.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Make sure you cuckoo with this too. Okay, so
Wait, do I have to do measurements like technology or the practice?
I couldn't hear what you said because I think your mask is muffling your.
Do I have to do mine on paper or can I do it tech now?
You can do it however. I just need a screenshot so that you guys have something. It looks like somebody created an emblem. Project Pad.
Yeah, that was me because I didn't.
Wow.
We didn't
Taking my
decline.
job, you. That's my job.
Did you guys meet?
Yeah.
Yeah, on that Tuesday.
Okay, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Okay, so when making acronyms for organizations, right? Like sometimes the acronym, you guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, the acronym, protect approaching destitute, right? You see Project Pad. Now, if I were a teenager, right, it could sound like what? Right, teenagers have maybe the acronym, you can switch around the word so it's not Project Pad. You like a pad? You know what I'm saying, Becca? It's kind of funny. That's why it's like, oh, this is Project Pad.
But I was thinking of it as like something you land on, pad.
Oh, my kai for the metaphor. That's better. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Don't forget to put another period after the D. Okay. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Never mind then. I'm going the other way with that. Who's immature here? Okay. Good. Sorry. Ugh. Okay. Now what? Okay. So Ahi, so wait. You guys, so can you go backwards, I guess? You gotta finish the outline. Because then the outline turns into the essay. The essay turns into the presentation. Makes sense? Questions on what you guys need to do? It sounds like you gotta go backward and forward. Okay. So make sure that happens. Can? Okay. You guys have about maybe 25 more minutes, no, 15 more minutes left of class. So is that right? Did I just make that up? No, you don't. You have like 7 more minutes left of class. So you're gonna have to meet up tomorrow and then maybe Friday, okay? And then if you need my help, by all means, email me give me the link and I can drop in, okay? Okay, I don't see other people. I'm gonna see other people with my pad. Pehe oi. Good. Okay. Tell me about metanoia, the name. Unmute. Does your mic not work? Am I talking to myself? Who can talk to me about Inoa Ohui? What is that?
Can you hear me?
Who? No, I can't hear anybody. Who?
Oh,
I sound like an owl. Okay, yes, Maddie, now I can hear you.
oh, okay. Metanoia is kind of like the definition of how it changes one's like spiritual path. And
Oh,
so that's what we wanted for our group, is to change like ideals so we can strive for better education and better opportunities.
I freaking love this. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, and like Nai has her whole like hippie vibe with the wall hanging in the back. That's awesome. We do want to shift our spiritual focus to be more focused on the positives, such as education. That's great. Okay. I'm looking at your planning document. Kalukalani, don't forget to finish up your interview and then let me know because you're missing some points for that. And then I'm just gonna look through. Okay, let's go to week 2. You need to have one more goal. Okay. Oh, free Google Classroom. Tutoring sessions. Nice, you guys. You guys want to be teachers?
I mean, it's I like helping, but I have like my tolerance level. I get irritated kind of fast. So like I don't know if I'd be a great teacher, but like if it was art or something, I could help them. But like reading, I'd get irritated. I'd be the one like saying words wrong.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, I'm going to tell you guys, I've never seriously worked a day in my life. I just love this stuff. I love reading. You wouldn't even notice me when I was like your guys' age. Like I didn't like to read when I was your guys' age. There's no way. That's why I became a teacher, because I'm like, you know what? If I had a better teacher, I probably would have liked it a little bit more. Okay, so I think being a teacher is a wonderful career path. Anyway, Maddie, what do you want to do?
I want to become a veterinarian.
Oh, yes. You know, Aloha Ilio is doing a great job with helping people find homes, forever homes for the doggies. And I think dogs or cat, I guess that would just be dogs because it's Aloha Ilio. Okay, never mind. Okay, where is your outline? Because I'm looking at the project, the proposal outline, and I'm not seeing the outline.
Like the slides?
Like, let me share my screen with you. Like this part right here. So what I did was I copied and pasted the proposal outlines into the slides, but that's not till later. And I know that was my bad because I didn't update the due dates for the project. So what we're doing is we finish the outline, then we're going to write the paper, right? The draft. And then you're going to take your essay and you're going to translate it into a presentation format so that we don't have to read your paper. Does that make sense? So let's have you guys go backwards. I'm just
Hello
gonna
made a document.
okay, let me look.
I put in the chat.
Oh, hey, I see it. Okay. Okay, I think you're good to go. Am I right? You guys, how come you guys are so organized? Wow. It's 9. Okay. I don't have to worry about you guys. Okay, cool. You know what? I'm gonna end class right now. Okay. So I'm gonna bring everybody back to the breakout, to the main room. I'm muted. Great. I'm going to close out class with a little bit of a reminder. Okay. It looks like a number of you guys, because I had a tutu moment and I did not update the, what do you call that? The due date for the presentation slides. Okay. So I just want to walk you guys through that, right? You should have finished the outline, right? From the outline, we're just writing the draft this week. When you come back next week, the draft is due, right? Because we want to revise that a little bit. Okay, then what we're going to do is next week, we're going to use time to complete your presentation. Got it? That's the rollout for this. So please look at the timeline again and just double check that, okay? I just forgot to update the due date for that presentation. So, ikalamai if I have added any additional stress on your lives. Okay. Okay, we good? All right, don't forget tomorrow, cohort B, please meet with each other. Okay, so let's all go to week 3 and add in what are the things that you're going to document for completion. Okay, so everybody get down to week 3 and then just go ahead and add in a couple things you need to focus on for this week. Okay, and then we're good to go. Okay, if you have any questions, please, by all means, please email me. Okay, and then I can jump into your guys' Zoom. So you just got to send me the link. Okay. Any other clarifying questions? Email me. Okay. Have a good day. Bye.